On December 6th, the National Day of Remembrance and Action on Violence Against Women, we unveiled a wonderful piece of art as part of the School of Engineering's 14 Not Forgotten Memorial.
The School of Engineering is hosting the 14 Not Forgotten Memorial Service today to remember the 14 women whose lives were lost in the École Polytechnique massacre, but also to commit to action to end violence against women.
This memorial also honors all of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and LGBTQ and two-spirited people who have been impacted by violence.
If change towards a more equitable society here in Canada or anywhere else in the world is our goal, then feminism and the status of women remain a good place to start.
This piece, called For Future Matriarchs, was created by two well-recognized Indigenous artists, Christabel Stewart and Tanya Willard, who is an assistant professor of visual arts at UBCO's Creative Studies Department.
Tanya Willard. As Indigenous women artists, Christabel and myself, we thought it was important to link missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit and the kinds of racism and violence that we see.
This artwork has fire within it, a fire that we can light in the memorial to represent the hope that follows after the violence.
On the front of the piece, we have this text that reads, "We light this fire to remember them." And this is the way in which the work acts to ask us all to consider what we can do in struggling against violence against women. And on the back, there are 14 blue flag iris designs that symbolize the 14 women lost. The work also incorporates silks and Secwepemc basketry aesthetics and local plants as well, with a grounding with bitterroot and rose hips.
Arnie St. Arnaud from Leduc, Quebec.
Ellen Colgan was in her first year of mechanical engineering.
Natalie Croteau, she was outgoing and enterprising.
Barbara Danielle was expecting to graduate at the end of the year.
Anne-Marie Edward was always surrounded by friends.
Maud Avanek was a second-year student in metallurgical engineering.
Barbara Klutnik-Vidovich. She spoke 5 languages.
Annie Turcotte, she went into metallurgical engineering so she could one day help improve the environment.
Maurice Laganière, she had recently married.
Maurice Leclerc was one of the top students in the school.
Anne-Marie Lemaine had been interested in pursuing a degree in medicine.
Michelle Richard, whose nickname was Mimi.
Sonia Pelletier was killed the day before she was to graduate.
Geneviève Bergeron was a second-year scholarship student in mechanical engineering. She had celebrated her 21st birthday 2 weeks before she was killed.
This was such an important event in the history of feminism and the history of women in Canada, and we must never forget the importance of equity and equality for all peoples at the universities and everywhere in our society.
As artists, we wanted to offer this work as a place of contemplation, but also of the need to enact the change we need that will make the world a better place for our great-great-grandchildren.
May it serve as a reminder of the role, responsibility, and opportunity we have to make the world a little bit better with each conversation, with each interaction,